All right. I think we are live. I think. Well, hello, everyone. I know there's I know there's definitely no one watching this live right now, just because I obviously didn't schedule this. It's also very early for most of you. I think most of you are not in my time zone because I'm currently in China. So it's evening for me, which means it's probably very early in the morning for you. I'm actually testing this at this time on purpose, just because it's my first live stream, and I just didn't know if we're gonna have technical difficulties or if it's gonna go well, if it's not gonna go well, if it's gonna work. I think it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've done a live stream. I did one I think 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm not even sure if I was the person who was hosting it. It might have even been someone else who was hosting it. So. Yeah, I thought it'd be cool to test this out. I think I want to start doing some more live streams. I think for language learning, live is really good because you can ask questions and get responses immediately. So I do think I want to start doing some more live streams. Yeah, you can expect to see, every now and then I might pop online and start doing some more live stuff. So today I thought it'd be cool to actually just do some commenting on your guys' comments. Just because I was looking through it. This channel's been in existence for about almost 3 months, almost a little under 3 months. And I was looking through something, and it's crazy. There's been so many comments in the past 3 months, and there's been so much. I thought it'd be cool if we just I just opened up all the different comments and just started to scroll through and comment on some of your guys' comments. So I've got the comments, all your guys' stuff open here. And let's just jump right in. I haven't really prepped much for this. Let's see where this goes. So let's have a look. Let's just pick a comment here. Oh, this is a good one. So Carlos Silva. He had written on there's a video where I'd done what did I talk about? I talked about what does "que me cuentas" mean in Spanish and how to really respond. And Carlos, muchísimas gracias. Because he actually in the video was talking about, I don't know if someone says "que me cuentas," I don't know if it makes sense to go, I don't know if it's rude to say nada, right? I was talking about how I don't know if it's rude. And Carlos, thank you so much. You actually commented and said, nada sounds a bit rude. If you don't want to answer, but you don't want to sound rude, you should at least say something like, nada aquí, lo de siempre, or nada aquí aburrido, and stuff like that. So thank you, Carlos. That confirmed what I thought, but wasn't 100% sure. So let's keep going here. Let's see what looks interesting in the comments here. I think I've replied to everyone's comments, so hopefully there's no one that I haven't replied to. Oh, this is a good one to do here. So Lester left a comment. I'm probably going to make a separate video about this because I want to make sure I really think about this answer because I'm not actually 100% sure, but we can at least start the topic now. Lester, I'm going to read in Spanish and I'll translate to English. Lester said, estuvo muy bueno y pues no estuvo fácil, no estuvo difícil comprender la diferencia entre ambas palabras. Ambas palabras meaning tell, say, speak, and talk. So tal vez un video sobre los usos de that y then es que en español se usa mucho el que y esa palabra significa lo mismo y pues sería muy sencillo escucharlo, porque la verdad sí explicaste muy bien. También wanna or want, have or got, gotta. So basically, Lester, I'll translate to English for you guys. He said, hey, nice video, good job, really liked it. Actually wasn't too hard for me to understand the difference between talk, speak, say, and tell. Said, hey, maybe if we can make a video about the difference between that and than in English, because that is a little bit more complicated, because in Spanish, you would just say que, that's the word we would use. And then he also said, if I could do something on wanna and want, have and got and gotta. So again, I definitely want to make sure I process through this a little bit before giving like a solid answer, but I can at least give some top of mind thoughts here, Lester. So wanna and want, that one's actually really easy. So in English, wanna and want are basically very, very similar. So wanna is short for want to. So for example, I wanna go to the mall means I want to go to the mall. The difference is that wanna, so W-A-N-N-A, that's actually not written language. It's actually just something that is used in spoken language. And so wanna and want, or excuse me, wanna and want to mean the exact same thing, except want to would be written and spoken. You can use it in both. Wanna is only spoken and a little bit more informal. So in terms of have and got, so I'm gonna think about that one a little more. I don't want to really just spew on it, because I want to make sure I come up with a good answer on that. And gotta is another good one, actually. Gotta is the same as got to. It's actually the same thing as want and wanna. So gotta is short for got to. But again, only used in spoken language. In written language, you need to use got to. You would not use gotta. Let's pick another comment here. Let's see here. So Carlos, again, muchísimas gracias. You helped me improve my Spanish in one of my videos. I made a video where I talked about how I learned Spanish, and he gave me a couple minor corrections. So he taught me how to say to be at the top of my game. So for people who are learning how to speak Spanish, to say to be at the top of my game, you would say dar lo mejor de mí. And it's not, and yeah, I mean, Carlos wrote it here. It's not exactly the same, but it's very similar. I think in English, dar lo mejor de mí would be like to give my best, but I like that. It is essentially the same meaning. So confident, seguro. Thank you, Carlos, for correcting me on that word. I actually had forgotten in the video, so thank you. Actually, I wonder if I could share my screen with you guys. Is that possible? That would be very convenient if I could just share. Let's see if that's possible, because then you guys can see the comments that I'm reading. It's not just me talking about them. Oh, it looks like I actually can. Let's do this. Screen share. I want to share my whole screen. Why can't I share my whole screen? Desktop? Okay. Can you guys see my screen? I guess there's no one really there, so who knows if you guys see my screen. I guess we'll find out once I watch the recorded version. Again, super sorry if this is choppy and if I'm not doing this super well, but yeah, like I said, it's my first live stream in a long time, so I'm just testing, playing. Promise you we'll get better over time though. So hopefully you guys can see my screen. If not, my apologies. So that's what Carlos said. Let's have a look. Let's keep scrolling through some of the comments here. What did Language Learning Lounge? Language Learning Lounge, what is your real name? We've been chatting on the YouTubes for a while, and I don't know what your real name is. So you said, I think an important aspect to having a language partner is making sure there's someone you have stuff in common with. I made a video about that a while back. This is obviously helpful if you don't like to prep, like me, because if you both like the same band, for example, you can always fall back on that. I know some people like keeping a language learning sort of professional / study focused, but personally, I like making a new friend. You know, just a friend with whom I'm speaking X language instead of English. So I definitely see a reason to having strict study sessions, but personally, I learn languages to make friends and want to practice making friends while practicing my language. Absolutely, I agree with this so much. Man, it's funny because I think there's value. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so you can see my face again. Or maybe you guys can see my face, who the heck knows? How do I stop this? Now that is the real question. How do I stop this screen share? Oh, uh-oh. Aha, here we go. Oh, what is present to everyone? What does that mean? Let's click that button. Oh, what is happening? You are screen sharing and presenting to everyone. Does that mean you can see everything but before you couldn't? Who the hell? Oh, hello. I'm back. This is super interesting. I am really not good at this. That's okay. That's okay. I'm learning, guys. Funny, I know I'm going on tangents, but it's actually funny. I'm someone who learns just by testing and playing and clicking buttons and seeing what happens. Yeah, I should have seen some of the very first videos I made. Like this channel, it's actually not my first YouTube channel. I actually had a channel for a previous channel for about 2-3 years. And boy, some of the first videos I made, I actually deleted them after a while because I was looking and I was like, I don't want these public, they're so bad. But even some of the first videos I have on my original channel, you can see I'm very uncomfortable in front of the camera. I don't really understand editing. I'm just not comfortable at all. that Azren would not have been doing many live streams, let me tell you that. But anyway, going back to the comments, the Language Learning Lounge, basically saying, hey, when you're getting a language partner, makes sense to find someone you have something in common with, which I agree. And I also agree as well. You're saying like, hey, you know, having a strict professional or study-focused language exchange partner or language partner is not always the best thing. And I agree. I think there's value to both, right? It depends on your personality. There's some people, I think some people prefer that if it's very study-focused or very professional. For example, you pick a topic and you discuss that topic. I think that works for a lot of people. And I think that doesn't work for other people. It really depends on your personality. I've often I've done a lot of language exchanges, too many, good Lord. It's kind of like how, you know, a lot of people have dated a lot of girls. Like some people have just dated a lot of guys and girls and they've just really been around the block. I feel like I've been around the block with language partners, but it's funny. So, you know, I've met people who are very, I have met people who need to have like structure. They need to have their topic. They need to know, here's what we're going to talk about. Here's exactly the types of questions I want to ask. And that's fine, actually. I've met people like that and I've had really good exchanges with people like that. And then I met others who are probably more like my preference, which is way more casual, way more, let's just talk, let's just have a conversation. And I think I agree, for that type of personality, definitely can be a great idea to find someone you have stuff in common with. And I think, you know, Language Learning Lounge, again, I wish I knew your real name, but I haven't watched your video. I think I'm subscribed. Yeah, I'm definitely subscribed to you. I haven't watched your video about how to find people you have stuff in common with. I haven't watched it, but you know, I like some of the tips you wrote in the comments. I think one of them, let's read it out to you guys. My video focused on how you can find someone with similar interests by using things like Lang 8 to talk about yours, or putting them in your profile on things like HelloTalk. I like that. I think the putting in your profile is a really good one. Lang 8, I'm not very familiar with it. I think I'll look into it. I'm actually going on another tangent. I am very unaware of lots of different softwares when it comes to language learning. Like, it's funny, a lot of people know, like, a lot of people kind of spend time debating, going, man, what's the best language learning platform? You know, what's the best app? What's the best website? Who's the best teacher? And personally, I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, for me, I'm a heck of a lot more focused on, you know, what's working for me in the moment. And if something's not working, then I'll try something different. And it's funny, a lot of the stuff I do ends up, you know, a lot of the stuff that it's almost like I find something when I feel like I need to change versus just debating what the best method is. So it's actually really interesting. I think one of the reasons why I learn languages, I mean, obviously they're hard, but they come relatively natural to me, is because I'm not usually I don't spend most of my time on trying to find the best system. I'm more just doing things, studying, talking with people, and testing out lots of different things along the road. And eventually I just find things that work for me in the moment that eventually gets me to learning a language. I don't know if that made any sense. Made more sense in my head than when it came out of my mouth, but that's okay. Let's jump back to comments. Let's share my screen again. Let's just practice that function. I want to make sure I can do this properly. So start screen share. You are now screen sharing. I'm going to click this present to everyone and see what happens, because I don't understand what this button does. You are screen sharing and presenting to everyone. I have no idea what that means. That's what my screen tells me. I wonder what the difference is between screen sharing and presenting to everyone. Anyway, I'll figure that out after. Let's keep scrolling through. So Fluffy Kitty, I think you actually deleted your comment, Fluffy Kitty, so I'm gonna skip by that. Let's have a look here. Oh, Walker, actually, yeah, it's a good point here. So Walker, one of my videos, probably, I think it was which video? Accelerating Yes is the video I made about language partners, how to find them, etc. And he left a really interesting comment. He said, you know, thanks for your advice. I thought italki was only available for donors and not to people who won't donate to them. In other words, Walker thought it sounds like you thought, Walker, that it was a paid platform. And he says, I guess I'm wrong because I'm setting up my account right now. Thank you very much, Azren. So I think it's interesting, yeah, because italki is not just a paid platform. You can do stuff on it for free, absolutely. Matter of fact, I even say some of the best stuff on italki is for free, right? I mean, let's play with this. Actually, I don't want to do screen sharing on that, but yeah, a lot of the stuff on italki is free, right? So the language partners, even teachers, like they're not free, but you can find people for very, very, very cheap. I'm a huge fan. You know, if italki were to ever sponsor me, I'd be so happy. Like I'm the biggest advocate of italki. So let's keep going. Language Learning Lounge. I didn't know this. Wonder what you didn't know. Text like a native. Oh yeah, that wasn't funny. Okay, let's keep going here. You sound Colombian. Afro Hair Addictions. First of all, I like your name. Afro Hair Addictions. Addicted to long hair, no fake hair, please. A London born. You're funny. I like you. Afro Hair Addictions, you are great. You sound Colombian. Yay. That's amazing. That's so amazing. It's funny. I get so many funny comments on what my accent sounds like and what it doesn't sound like. I've had people tell me it's Chilean. I've had people tell me it's Colombian, Peruvian, Mexican. Oh my, I've had everything. But let's see. This looks like a nice long comment. Let's read through this. Shane Morale. Hi, Azren. As you speak or are learning two or so similar languages in French or Spanish and French, do you find that your brain can departmentalize the new words and phrases effortlessly? Do you find that when you're speaking sometimes you have to pause and think to check if it is the right word in the right language you're using? Is this a problem? Do you worry about it? Do you learn French and Spanish simultaneously, or would you learn one for say a week and then the other? Just curious. Thanks. And you okay. Great. Wow. Let's jump back to my face. Let's stop sharing. Stop. Okay. You guys should see my face now. Do you guys see my face? Yep. I think you can see my face. It'd be hilarious after I'm editing. It's like you can never see my face. You could never see when I screen shared. It wasn't really screen sharing. That'll be hilarious. But anyway. So Shane, just open your comment up again so I can read it one more time. Right. Yeah, I get confused all the time. Even when, even now, like I'm pretty freaking fluent in French, pretty freaking fluent in Spanish, obviously fluent in English. It's my first language. Yeah, I get mixed up all the time. It's like actually, you guys could probably see it in my videos. Like you guys probably see me sometimes. I'll be like, actually, I just posted one. Did I post it? Oh no, I haven't posted that one yet. But there's a video I just finished editing. I think it was yesterday, or even no, this morning. I finished this morning. I finished editing a video. And literally, I was trying to think of how to say knife in Spanish, and I couldn't think of it. I was like, English, knife, French, un couteau, Spanish, and I was like, couldn't do it. My brain, I know it, cuchillo, I know it, but I couldn't make the mental switch. I couldn't get my brain to stop thinking in French and English and to jump into Spanish. So absolutely, I get mixed up all the time. Like right now, I'm living in a Chinese environment. I'm in China right now, and it's crazy because I'll be talking and talking and talking in Chinese. And sometimes when I go speak French or Spanish or even English, the Chinese word will come to mind instead of the French one or the Spanish one or whatever language I want it to come out in. So it does happen to me all the time. You were asking here, do you, where was it? Here it is. Do you learn Spanish and French at the same time, or would you learn one of them for say a week and then the other? Shane, I think you can go either way. I think this is going back to what I was saying before, that a lot of people will spend time debating what's the best system or the best app or the best method to learn a language. I don't really know. I think that one comes down to your personal preference. For example, if you're like, man, I really want to learn French and Spanish, and you want to learn both equally as much, well, heck, go do both. Why not, right? Just go do both. But if you're going, yeah, French is really interesting, Spanish maybe in the future, well, then do French first, right? I think you just have to scratch your own itch. You have to do what really feels right for you. So like myself, for example, I was majoring in French and Spanish, right? And a lot of people would say that's complicated. Why would you do something like that? Because they're so similar languages, don't you get mixed up? And absolutely, I'd go from a French class, enter a Spanish class, and it'd be super confusing. I'd be like, oh, I gotta switch my brain, and it'd be really tough. But something I wanted to do, so I did it. Let's have a look here. Let's do another. Let's finish on this, guys. So let's just finish on this comment here. Yinghua, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let me share my screen again so you guys can see. Screen share. Let's test this. This time I'm not going to click the button that says present to everyone. I'm just going to leave it as is to see if there's a difference when I watch the recorded version. So, so if you guys can't see my screen, my apologies. But Yinghua from Thailand, you're from Thailand, are you not? I think you are. But Yinghua says, on my video that I made a rant saying languages are not easy. And it's funny because people had different opinions. So Yinghua, for example, agreed with me. In my opinion, English is not easy. I make mistakes all the time. I like your analogy, Yinghua. You know, I'd like to compare it with playing guitar. If you want to play a difficult song, you're going to take time to practice. If you want to play an easy song, you can play it. You can practice and play it shortly. It just depends on what level you want to be. I 100% agree with that. 100% agree. Because if you do want to be super advanced, well, you're going to have to work really hard. Like I have a university degree in French and Spanish, which is pretty difficult. I had to really make sure that I could read French properly and write properly and speak in an academic way. And yeah, it was tough. But if you just want to be conversational, for sure, it's definitely easier. Right? But then it's interesting. Then you go down to, for example, where is it? I think it's Blackso's comment. Yeah, I remember this one. Blackso11, you then made a comment, which was also, hey man, it depends what difficult or easy is for you. If you compare it to other subjects, like natural sciences, programming, industry subjects, financials, economics, blah, 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 foreign language is actually the most easy and really valuable knowledge to acquire, in my opinion. So essentially, I'm not going to read the whole thing out. It's a very long comment, but a lot of it's saying that the gist of his comment is that learning a language is actually easier than maybe some other things, right? Math things or finance or programming or things like that. It's actually less complex. So it's really interesting. I'm always interested to see hear people's perspectives on language learning, especially Blacksoul. I mean, man, you're funny because I love reading your comments because I feel like if we had a one-on-one conversation, let's stop screen sharing. I feel like Blacksoul, if we had a one-on-one conversation, I feel like we would disagree on a lot of things. And we would agree on a lot of things, but I think it would be, I think we would have interesting discussions. Because based on your comments, we seem to have some things that are very similar and some things that are not, but man, I love it. Keep your comments coming. It challenges my way of thinking and that's good, right? I think that's one of the cool things about the internet is that you can put your thoughts and your feelings out there and people can challenge them. And it's when you get challenged, in my opinion anyway, thing is when you get challenged, that's when you can really figure out what your beliefs are and what your beliefs aren't and everything. So anyway, I think we've been live long enough. I've been just kind of blabbering along and it's been a lot of fun, guys. So thank you so much. If you're watching the record, I don't know if we had any, how do I even know if there's live viewers? It'd be crazy if I had live viewers. I have no idea. How do I know if I have live viewers? Let's figure this out. Guys, help me out. I'm going to share my screen again. Actually, yeah. I guess if there's a live viewer, you'll be able to help me find it. So let's share my screen. Can you see? Oh, what is this? What is happening? Oh, I don't know if you can see this, but I probably can see it. But can you see where, this is so confusing. I don't like seeing this. Oh, here we go. Yeah, 0 viewers. Okay, yeah, good. No one's watching this live. So no one's watching me stumble along live. You'll get to watch me stumble along in a recorded version. But all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. If you guys do end up watching this debacle, a debacle if you don't speak English, if that's not your first language, debacle is like a mess. Debacle means like an absolute, like just a whole very messy and not very well-made video. Thank you for watching this debacle. And yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys. Talk to you guys later. See you.